Hey, what's up guys, it's Learning YuGiOh back at it again with another video, and have I got a doozy for you. This is the ultimate guide for Cosmo Neos. So I've done some research, I've put some combos together, and this is going to be a long one, so put on some coffee, put on some tea, turn this up and just kind of set it down and chill, because this is going to be a long one. We are starting off with a 2-card combo, Hero Lives and End Shuffle. So I don't have a finished build, but I have here, these are going to be a lot of the cards that we cover. I don't really want to reveal it until I have it finished and I have it like kind of hammered out, but we're going to start with the Hero Lives and End Shuffle. This is a 2-card combo to get into your boss monster elemental hero Cosmo Neos. So if you don't know what this card does, first let me explain it and just pretty much explain to you why we're even doing this video. So basically this is the pure Neos boss monster because of what it does. So it essentially gives you a quasi turn skip. So I say quasi turn skip because it stops your opponent from activating cards on the field, but I believe they're allowed to activate in hand and in graveyard. So let me read it just to double check. Of course, first from the extra deck, you can activate this effect. For the rest of your turn, your opponent can activate cards. Also, your opponent cards your opponent controls can activate their effects. So your opponent cannot activate cards, so it's like a super poly activation. You can't respond to this, but they can activate stuff in their grave. But no spells, no monster effects on field. So it's a quasi turn skip because a lot of decks need to use their field. Some can get away with the graveyard, but let's get into it. So our first card, I can't even talk. Our first combo is a 2-card combo consisting of a Hero Lives and End Shuffle. So we're going to start off by activating the Hero Lives, and that's going to go ahead and get me to my elemental hero Stratos. So I'm going to summon up the Stratos. Stratos is actually going to search me my Prisma. I'm going to go ahead into the Prisma, and I'm going to use his effect to send a Neospatian from my deck to grave. And when I go about this, okay, if I'm linking, I will send the Aqua Dolphin, maybe perhaps the Air Hummingbird, and then last I will go for the Nebula Neo stuff. So I'm gonna actually send the Air Hummingbird, and you'll see kind of as we go why that is. And then I'm actually gonna go ahead and activate End Shuffle. It's gonna put the Prisma back into my deck, and I'm going to special out the Spirit of Neos. So I'm going to get the Spirit of Neos on board. His effect's going to activate on summon, and I'm going to search my Fusion Trap, the Favorite Contact. The End Shuffle is going to go to my grave. I'm then going to activate his effect, shuffling him back in the deck, and I'm going to get out my OG Neos. Okay. I'm then going to take these two, link them away, getting out into my Infernal Divisor. On summon, I get to reveal a fusion monster hero in my deck, and I can add up to 2 of its material to hand, so I'm going to reveal him, and add both the Grand Mole and the Dank Panther. So those 2 get added to my hand, along with the Favorite Contact. And next, I'm going to set the Favorite Contact, pass to my opponent. My opponent, during their standby phase, I'm going to activate Favorite Contact, shuffling back 1, 2, 3, 4 to my deck. And that is going to get out Cosmo Neos. So my opponent cannot respond to that activation. They cannot negate him unless you chain to him. So be careful of doing that. I'm going to say that right now. If you have Crosskeeper in grave, when you activate him or summon him out, use Crosskeeper as Chainlink 1 and him as Chainlink 2, because I've done that mistakenly. I'll not be paying attention, say I'm playing on the computer, wife and kid are making noise in the background, whatever, I'm not paying attention, so yeah, whatever, Chainlink, whatever, whatever, and that happens. So summon him out, always use him as Chainlink, the last Chainlink, so your opponent can't respond to this. So that's combo number 1, and with that, we would still have 3 cards in hand. So you would have Cosmo Neos on field, him on field, and 2 cards in hand. So you have more cards to do fun stuff with. The next one. So we are just gonna go straight at him. We're looking at a hero lives, e-call, and crosskeeper. A hero lives, e-call, and crosskeeper. So like you're gonna notice too, a lot of these combos can be done with other cards. So let me give you an example. We've got a hero lives, e-call, and crosskeeper. Well, I also play Rhoda, so that can be crosskeeper. I also play the fake hero, that can be crosskeeper. The e-call, we're gonna be searching off the top of my head, probably Prisma. I have to like go into the combo and see, but I'm probably gonna be doing Prisma, normal summon him, Prisma, and then search. So we're gonna go ahead and just get into this one. This is a nice little 3 cards, so we'll have 2 cards left in hand afterwards. I'm gonna start with the hero lives. I'm gonna start with my boy Stratos. I'm gonna get him out, and I'm gonna go ahead, activate his effect, and grab the Spirit of Neos. And that's going to send my hero lives to grave. And next I'm gonna activate e-call. And e-call, is that shaking? Just shaking my camera just a little bit. Just back the camera off because I don't want to like shake every time I touch the table. Okay. Hopefully that wasn't shaking too bad for my viewers, for you guys. But I'm going to e-call into the Prisma. Next, I'm going to go ahead and normal the Prisma. This is very similar to the last combo. There's just a slight variant in the fact that it takes e-call and crosskeeper kind of to do what we need to do with this. So use this effect. I'm going to send the air hummingbird again. And then I'm going to crosskeep, get out into him. He's going to activate and search my fusion trap, the favorite contact. I'm then going to go ahead and I'm going to use his effect to flop him back into the deck, get out into my Neos. After I do that, I'm going to link these 2 away and get into in front of the visor. On summon, I'm going to reveal the Nebula Neos, get into my 2 Grand Maul and Dark Panther, add this to hand. I'm going to set that, pass to my opponent during their standby phase. I'm going to show this, favorite contact, those 2, him and him, and we're gonna these go back to the deck, and we're getting out Cosmo Neos. Now, like I just said a minute ago in the video, I'm gonna activate Crosskeeper as Chainlink 1 and him as Chainlink 2. That way I get draws plus the 2 cards I had in hand, and then I'm going to get draws off the Crosskeeper. So I'll have 2 cards in hand already because it was a 3-card combo. And then I'll draw 2 off of him, and then, you know, whatever it is, return it back to the deck. And now my opponent cannot activate cards. So you guys are going to see as this video goes on that there are a lot of different ways that you can get to Cosmo Neos. And they're not hard, but what we have to know is we just have to look at our hand and know what variants work. Because I was doing that a lot. I was playing the deck, and I wasn't sure what worked. So a lot of times I missed out on Cosmo Neos combos I didn't know. So we're gonna go with Hero Lives, and I'm doing these all kind of like sequentially. So my first couple will be involving a Hero Lives. They won't all be involving a Hero Lives, but a majority of the first couple will be a Hero Lives. And then I have Engage, Stratos on his own. We'll get to it when we get to it. So Hero Lives, Crosskeeper, and Neos Fusion. So this is an interesting one because, again, we're seeing that it can be done with different cards. So you're always kind of going to have a combo you can go into for this deck. So I'm going to start out with a Hero Lives. And again, we're going to go Stratos because he is probably the best elemental hero. Stratos into Spirit. After we do that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to... Oh, my bad. That goes to grave. We're going to go ahead and we're going to cross keep out into Spirit. Spirit's going to grab our fusion trap just like we've been doing. Grabs the trap. Now, I'm not going to use his effect to put him back in a deck since I have the Neos Fusion. Okay. Now, honestly, this combo works. Let me show this real quick too, guys. This combo works with these 3 cards or these 3. So you can kind of start noticing like the variant of like, okay, if I got this, you know, this can be eCall, this can be fake hero, this can be Rhoda, this can be either or. So, you know, that's something to pay attention to as well. I'm going to activate the, no, I'm going to wait. I'm going to link these guys away first, get into him, use his effect, not him, but I'm going to target him, and then get my materials, which are you and you. And just to showcase too, guys, I'm playing, real quick, Air Hummingbird and Aqua. And in the extra deck, which we're lucky, we actually have a fusion that has those too. Storm Neos is kind of the counterpart to Nebula Neos. So you want to make sure you're playing both of these, because if you happen to get into these guys, you don't want to just be searching one. You still may need that utility of getting into two. Play Storm Neos for that case. So I'm going to add these two to hand. Now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to Neos Fusion, and I'm going to send the... now this is a variant here too. I'm going to show you guys. You have your options here with what you want to do. You could go into Aqua or you could go into Brave. Really, it's kind of personal preference. If you want to hand rip, if you know you're not playing something that is going to benefit from you hand ripping them, then by all means, use his effect. You can even send a Neospatian and then just use that as material later on for your Cosmo Neos, so you're not really even negging. But he will return to the extra deck at the end, so you have the option to banish the Neos Fusion. But I don't know if I would advocate for that. I'd rather just let him go back to the extra deck, and then if my opponent does get something on board, I can banish this from grave to protect Cosmo Neos. So I'm kind of wishy-washy on that one, but I have been kind of testing this, which I do kind of like it. I just wish it got you to look at your opponent's hand. That would make this 10 times better. But so we're going to get out into Brave. I'm going to say leave Brave out. And then we would have, what, 2 cards in hand. And then, don't forget, we have Crosskeeper. So when you Brave, you can go Crosskeeper, get you 2 more cards, and then put 1 back. Okay, so then you would set this, and then on your opponent's turn, flip it. And we're going out into Cosmo Neos again. So our end board here is Brave and Cosmo. And these guys will go back to the deck. And we're rolling. So on to the next one. This one is going to be a little bit bigger of a combo. It's only 3 cards. But what the end board is going to be a little bit bigger than, it's going to be a little bit bigger. So we're going to Hero Lives, Engage, and Neos Fusion. So Hero Lives, Engage, Neos Fusion. And it can be, honestly, this combo can be either of those. So it could be either or, but this is only 3 cards. So whichever one that you don't draw, you search. So I'm going to go with that. So right out of my hand, I'm going to activate a Hero Lives. We are then going to get into the Stratos. Stratos is going to actually grab me the Shadow Mist. Add her to hand. Send this to grave. We're going to activate Engage. Engage is going to send the Mist. And Engage is also going to send, this time, being that we're not linking because we're playing Engage, and you need to know that, if you activate this card, you cannot link summon. Okay, I watched a video, I think it was Dark Arm Duelist, who played this card and tried to link. So whoever he was playing literally got cheated, because that's not how this works. This stops you from linking. You're only able to fusion Hero or Neospatians, I believe, after you use this. Okay, no, it's just straight Hero, or just straight fusion monsters, my bad. There is a card that's only Heroes or Neospatians, but I think that's something else. So, Engage, you cannot link. So if I activate this, I can't link. So if I can't link, I want to make sure that I can at least get into my Nebula Neos plays if I were to get stopped. So I'm going to send the Dark Panther along with the Shadow Mist, and I'm going to special out the Spirit of Neos. Once I get him on board, I get to search a poly from my deck. I'm going to go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. That's going to get me to my Fusion Trap. And then the Shadow Mist is going to get me to my Prisma. So add these to hand. Okay, we're moving along. I'm going to normal the Prisma. Prisma is then going to go ahead and send the Grand Mole. Again, I want to make sure I can at least make Nebula Neos if something stops me. If I get hand trapped, like say my opponent then decides to fire off the Ash, you know. So then I'm going to, actually I lied, I'm going to Polymerization. I'm going to take the Stratos plus the Spirit, and we're going to do some Sunrise shenanigans. I'm going to get out into Sunrise. Sunrise is going to get me a Miracle Fusion. And I don't have Cross anywhere or Liquid Soldier. So yeah. Okay. So next, I actually just realized I have a card that I need to add. Give me 1 second, guys, because I have a card in here that I need to add to this deck that I completely forgot about just as a hero. And it's Elemental Hero The Shining. So I'm adding this guy into my deck. Okay, I'm just gonna throw it over here. We'll talk about that one in a little bit. I just wanted to get that in my deck so I don't forget. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna Miracle. Okay, I'm gonna Miracle Fuse my Stratos and my Spirit for a follow-up play. Those guys are gonna get banished. And I'm gonna get out into my Elemental Hero The Shining. Okay, so first off, I mean, you can't tell me that this dude doesn't look like Neos. They're in literally the same arm pose. Like, that's Neos. All right, beside the point. We're going to get him out, but we're not done there. We're going to then Neos Fusion. The Neos Fusion's going to send Aqua and OG to the grave. And we're going to get out. Again, we have this, kind of have the Sophie's choice here between Aqua and Brave. So really it comes down to just what you think you need. You want to go Aqua, you want to go Brave. You kind of do you, man. I'm going to go Brave because I'm just doing combos. If I had an idea what my opponent was playing, I would then probably say, okay, fire off the Aqua, take something out of their hand, go from there. But so then, I mean, I have a pretty big board. Like I said, it's a 3-card combo. We have a pretty decent board. Now we're going to go ahead. We're going to trigger this off in their standby. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Send it back to deck. And we're going to get out the Cosmo. So now my opponent, again, cannot activate anything on the field. If they do, summon something, we have the Neos Fusion Engrave. If this gets destroyed, now this can miss timing, so I just want to say that. This is a win effect, not an if. So this has to be the last thing that gets destroyed on board for you to get its effect. So if that gets destroyed, you get these back to your hand. Okay, if your Cosmo Neos goes to get destroyed, you banish the Neos Fusion. And then if your opponent attacks something other than Sunrise, you can use Sunrise's effect to pop it. And then back to your turn, draw a card. Okay. Say if you get attacked after he's destroyed, you could get that back out. You then summon Stratos. Okay. Usually here's what will happen. Your opponent will realize that they can't do much, so they'll set some back row. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. You can summon out Stratos, pop 4 if your opponent has 4 back row, and then attack for game. So that's combo. I don't even know what number we're on here, but we are going strong. I have got about probably 10 more. So I'm working on these all day. So that was Prisma. No, the next one up is Prisma. Wait, no, that was my end board. Engage, E-Call, and End Shuffle. So basically what I want to show you guys is that they're not all going to involve you know, the same cards. We are going to be using a lot of different cards in our deck and a lot of different combinations to show you how consistent this deck is. So I'm going to start off with the E-Call. Fire off the E-Call and grab Shadow Mist. Add the Shadow Mist to my hand. Go for Engage, pitching Mist. And again, since we're not linking, remember we want to pitch the Nebula Neo stuff first, just in case we get stopped. So then I'm going to go ahead and grab out the Spirit. I'm going to get the Poly, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, to grab my Fusion Trap, Chainlink 2 to grab the Prisma. Okay, this is going to go to grave. I'm going to use Spirit of Neos' effect right off the bat to get out into OG Neos. I'm going to normal summon Elemental Hero Prisma and use his effect. Now, one thing I want to say, if your opponent is dumb enough to do this, just let him go. If this gets Veilered or Impermed, it still gets its effect off, which means, okay, it won't be treated as the Neospatian, but the goal of this card is to get it into the grave. This is basically a Vision Hero Vion for Neospatians. So I just want to get one of these cards in the grave. He doesn't need to keep the name because at the end phase it stops being affected anyway. So if your opponent Veilers or Imperms this, just, yeah, okay, you're fine. Because you're getting the same effect. It literally doesn't matter. So then we're going to end shuffle him back into the deck. And we're going to get out, but you could do this as well. You could go Hummingbird, okay? And then look at your opponent's, well, you can't look at their hand, but you would get then at least 2,500 extra life points because they'd have 5 cards unless they hand trapped something. But then you can go Polymerization and get out into the Brave Neos. Set the face down. And let me see. Yep, just chill. And then on your opponent's standby phase, fire off that. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, if I could get to it, right? And then you get out into that. So, what are we at here? At 22 minutes. I think that is 22 minutes. Like I said, this is going to be a long one. Probably going to go for about 30, 35 because we're halfway through. So I'm going to kind of show these next two as very similar because they are. I don't want to take up too much time with these because they're literally like one card off. So I'm just going to kind of show you the basics. And if you guys don't understand, comment below. You can even feel free to hit me up in Discord. I'm on the Neospatian server. So engage, E-Call, Neos Fusion, and then also instant contact. So basically, guys, this is going to go one of two ways. And I don't actually have the card for instant contact yet, but I'll explain what that is. So E-Call here is always going to go into Stratos, or sorry, no Stratos, Shadow Mist, or this could also be a Neospatian. So if you open up with a Spatian or an E-Call in this instance, so you could open up like this, or this. It could be this, or this. It's going to get you relatively to the same point. But, you know, I digress. So these are going to kind of be the pivots, and I'll show you when we get to that point in the combo of what to do. In Engage is going to send the Shadow Mist from hand and the Aqua Dolphin from deck. And, or I lied. You're not going to send Aqua Dolphin. What did I say? When you're not linking, you always get the Nebula stuff first. Just easier. So I send that, and then I'm going to go ahead and go into Spirit. Spirit's going to go ahead and get my searches. The trap first. Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, or not the trap first. Polymerization first, and then Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. Chainlink 2 is obviously going to be the Prisma. That's always what she's pretty much going to search. Then you're going to go ahead and normal the Prisma. Prisma's going to send the other copy of Neospatian, the other one that is part of Nebula Neos' line. You're then kind of at an impasse here. what you could do is you can put him back in the deck, get OG Neos. But if you don't have the Neos Fusion. If you do have the Neos Fusion, you can poly these guys and make the Shining. That's an option. You would then, if you're going that way, like if you have the Neos Fusion route, you would then go ahead and go for Neos Fusion, and then that gets you your other material engrave, and then you just set your fusion trap, go about your day. Now, if we're going the instant contact route, we're gonna do this slightly different, okay? So this is gonna be on board, this is gonna be on board, and we're gonna have this back to hand. What you're gonna do is you're gonna use Spirit of Neos' effect to go back to deck, get out OG. Okay, he's on board. You are then gonna go ahead and activate Instant Contact. Now, I don't have the card for this, which kind of annoys me, but it's Neospatian Twinkle Moss. So it's a fusion monster. Okay, it's a fusion Neospatian. It's part of like that weird line, like that Marine Dolphin. So I'm actually gonna use this card as a proxy. You're gonna get that card out. Now, that's a light Neospatian, because these all have to be different attributes, okay? If you read Cosmo Neos, it's 3 Neospatians with different attributes. The reason that I use Twinkle Moss is, say for example, I open up Engage, and I open up with Aqua Dolphin, and I have to use Aqua Dolphin. I then can still make Cosmo Neos, because I would have a light, that would be water, and then, you know, the rest of these would be whatever I send. But that's why I use that card. Now, you can just fuse him away with that, or him with that, whatever. And then, you know, go out into your, you can make the Shining, you can make Brave, and then you're pretty much Gucci. Just send that, and then you're putting standby phase, go favorite, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're getting back out into Cosmo Neos. So that one was very similar. That's why I didn't want to waste time and go through both of them. The next are Stratos and Crosskeeper. So we need some Stratos, we need some Crosskeeper, and Stratos. And then this one's kind of, I'm going to showcase this one kind of simultaneously like I just showed the last one. So basically it's these two guys, okay, or any variation. So, I mean, a hero lives, E-Call, even Rhoda, fake hero, Rhoda, or him. So I'm technically in my deck, I'm playing 6 copies of Crosskeeper. So I did the math because this is the most common of the cards that are in here. It's a 25% chance to open this combo where you're opening a way to Stratos, a way to Crosskeeper, a way to either Neos Fusion or Favorite Contact. So you have a 25% chance to get a variation of just this combo, okay? I'd have to do the math for the other ones, but I know a hero lives plus end shuffle is 9%. So we are mathematically at 35 with this deck the way it is, and going first, and like the ratios I'm currently playing, just with this combo and a hero lives plus end shuffle, this right here is 35% chance with the ratios I'm playing to get to Cosmo Neos. So that's pretty solid. And I'm still working like with the Engage stuff, the E-Calls. I want to kind of see what the numbers are with all my different combos, because I think we're probably at about 60 to 65% consistency rating. So for basically 3 or 4 card combos, it's not bad. So Stratos, Crosskeeper, Neos Fusion, and then I'm going to set Favorite Contact there because I'm going to show you both routes. So I'm going to start off with Stratos. Stratos is going to get me the Spirit of Neos, add him to hand. After I get him to hand, I'm going to go Crosskeeper, get out the Spirit. Spirit of Neos is going to search, obviously, the one that I don't have. You know, duh. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use his effect, flip him back into the deck, get out the OG, Now we are back to linking. So I'm going to use his effect. I'm going to reveal the Nebula Neos in my extra deck. And then I'm going to grab these guys. Those two come to hand. And then I'm going to activate the Neos Fusion. Oh, wait, I lied. Reverse that, guys. Don't use Spirit of Neos' effect. I forgot I had Neos Fusion in hand. So basically, guys, go back to when we linked. Don't use his effect. Take those two from field, link them away. You're going to go Neos Fusion, sending the OG Neos. And then you can send Aqua Dolphin. And that'll get you into, again, I'm going to show the option just because you can go either or, but not both. Either Brave or Aqua, whatever you think might be better. For this instance, I'm going to show Aqua with like how I would run the combo. So I would obviously have 2 cards in my hand because this is a 3-card combo. I wouldn't pitch those. I would pitch one of my Spacians because Favorite Contact literally fuses from anywhere but deck. Field, hand, graveyard, banish zone. This is from everywhere. So no matter where he is, hand, graveyard, banished, you can fuse with your materials. So I'm going to set that. On my opponent's turn, well, in my end phase, this is going to go back. I'm going to activate that. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 in hand. And again, we're going into the Cosmo Neos. So I'd keep the Neos Fusion in grave in case my opponent decides to do some chicanery, where I can just banish that and save him from an attack, or they wouldn't be able to activate an effect that would destroy. Good luck getting something to 3,500 attack without activating cards on field. Okay, so for these last couple, what are we at? We're at 32. We are chugging along here. Guys, if you're still with me, if you've watched this whole video, you're a champ. All right, so these ones are gonna kind of be a lot of different stuff. So I'm gonna go Prisma, Cross, and Shuffle. Prisma, Cross, and Shuffle. Rhoda, Fake Hero, and Favorite Contact. Rhoda, Fake Hero, and Favorite Contact. A Neospatian plus Cross and E-Call. A Neospatian plus Cross and E-Call. Grab another copy of Cross. Let me see if I have another copy of the Trap here. There she is. Okay. And then this last one is Prisma plus E-Call plus Shuffle. So I'm gonna start off with these 3, and then I'm gonna show that one last. So we have 3 combos we want to try. Again, and I just want to show you guys, like, look at all the different cards we're making this with. Like, guarantee you no other YouTuber is showing you this equals Cross, or this equals Cosmo Neos. Nobody is showing you that this equals Cosmo Neos. Nobody is showing you that that equals Cosmo Neos. Okay? Everybody's worried about how is Engage Neospace going to get me there? How is a Hero Lives going to get me there? That's cool. Okay, that's really dope that those cards get us there. But you're not always going to draw a Hero Lives. You're not always going to draw Engage. You have to have other cards that get you to your combos. And this is how we're doing it. So I'm going to start off with Prisma. I'm going to use Prisma's effect to send a Spacian. And so we will be linking, so I'm sending Aqua first. I'm then going to go ahead and shuffle him back in the deck. I'm then going to get out my Stratos. My Stratos is going to search the Spirit. We're going to go ahead and Cross Keeper into the Spirit. Spirit's going to go ahead and get us our Fusion Trap. After we get into our Fusion Trap, we are going to flip him back into the deck. Get out into that OG boy. Link these 2 away. Target in my extra deck, or not target, I guess reveal, Nebula Neos, getting the Dank Panther and the Grand Mole. Add those guys to hand. Okay, set this on my opponent's turn, flip it, and I would still have 1, 2 cards in hand. Okay, off to the next one. Rhoda and Fake Hero. So, obviously, we're going to go with the Rhoda. We're going to go ahead and we're going to search our boy Stratos. You're then going to go ahead and summon out Stratos, grabbing us the Spirit. You're then going to Fake Hero, get that out. This is literally Crosskeeper. The only downside is this does not get you draws. But realistically, you're shutting your opponent. You're basically turning your opponent's turn off. So the draws don't matter as much. On summon, I'm going to use his effect to get instant, or not instant, Neos Fusion. Flip him back in, get into OG, link these guys away. You know what we're going for, you know what we're searching. Do I really have to say it again? Those guys were then, I keep forgetting about the Neos Fusion. Okay, rewind. Look, okay, and I'm telling this to myself too. Remember, if you have Neos Fusion in hand, don't activate Spirit's effect. So, my bad. So I'm going to go ahead and not activate Spirit's effect whenever I link. Just use Stratos and Spirit, get into him. Then I'm going to use the Neos Fusion, sending OG as well as the Aqua. And into your choice, Aqua or Brave. I'm going to go Brave this time because I'm feeling brave. And then set that, and do I have Crosskeeper on any of these? No. Okay. Flip. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Get out into Cosmo. All this plus 2 cards in hand. And off to the next one. I might just leave these guys out. 30 minutes later, I wised up to do that. Actually, 37. Okay, so you thought we were done. We're not done. Activate E-Call. It's going to search my Stratos. We're going to normal summon the Stratos and search the Neos. We're going to go ahead Crosskeeper. Get the Neos out. Search the Trap. Now, this time, since we don't have Neos Fusion in hand, hopefully my brain is on, I'm going to send him back to deck, and I'm going to go ahead and get out the OG Neos. We can do that now. These two are going to link away, getting out into him. You're going to reveal the Nebula Neos in the extra deck, and get these two guys out. You're then going to go ahead and just chill. You're going to activate this in your opponent's standby phase, sending 1, 2, 3, and 4 back to the deck. Getting out into him. Now, remember what I said earlier. If you have Crosskeeper engraved and you activate him, Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2. That way your opponent can't activate anything or end up negating this. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and draw into 2 cards. My opponent then will kind of just have not much to do unless they have something, umpteen cards in their hand that activate in their hand and don't go onto the field. There are cards that do that, but it's a pretty solid board there. The last one that I'm going to show for the 3 cards, because, if you haven't picked up by now, there's a lot of different variants of the 3-card combos that we can make in this deck. So Prisma, E-Call, and Shuffle. So this is basically, instead of searching the E-Call off of the Mist, which we're going to go E-Call into Mist, you're probably going to go Liquid and then get some draws. So we're sending that. We're then going to go Engage, send the Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist will then search, what did I say, Liquid. You're going to use Engage to get out into him. Use his effect to search the trap. Or wait, did I lie? Hold on, I don't know what I want to search for Shadow Mist yet. Just give me a second. So, Spirit of Neos, we're getting the trap. We're getting the Poly. We're going to normal summon Prisma. Yeah, you can get liquid. I'm sorry. My brain is fried for the day. Okay, so we're going to get into that, and that, and that, and then I'm going to use his effect immediately to go back in the deck, get out OG Neos. We're going to normal the Prisma, use Prisma's effect. Oh, it would help if I sent a Neospatian when I sent the Shadow Mist. Oh, wait, no. Okay, hold on, not liquid. Not liquid, sorry, my brain is absolutely demolished today. This is how this works, and it's not liquid at all. It is Solid Soldier. Okay, this is one that I really want to, like, this is so dope. I figured this out today. This is why you should be playing Prisma and Solid at least at one copy. So, I take back his normal summon. I lied. I'm going to normal summon Solid and then special out the Prisma, sending the Neospatian. Sorry, guys. Then what we're going to do is we're going to poly between this and this. But we're not going to make Sunrise. We're going to make something else. We're going to make the Shining. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to activate his effect Engrave to special the Prisma back out. And when I do that, this card is a hard once, or not a hard once per turn. So I can then send another Neospatian, which I didn't even send the first one, and then send the second one. So let me just recap because I feel like I fudged this whole thing up. Okay, we're starting with EN, we're starting with E-Call, and we're starting with, what was that last card? Prisma. Okay. Do this, get the Shadow Mist. Okay, send Shadow Mist off of Engage, plus another Neospatian. Special out the Spirit. Okay, Spirit search this, search that, and then search the Prisma, because you had already had, or the Solid Soldier, because you would have had Prisma in hand. After you do that, flip out Spirit into OG, normal summon Solid, special summon Prisma, send the other Neospatian, okay, or the first Neospatian, activate Poly, take these two, get into him, activate Solid's effect Engrave, getting him back out, use his effect, send another one. Bam. Set this card on your opponent's turn, flip it, you got Cosmo Neos again. Alright guys, we were at 43. I'm actually going to save the next, there are a couple 4-card combos. I'm going to save those for part 2. So guys, stay tuned.